Hi guys, my name is Meats. This is going to be a review for Kotobukiya's Attack on Titans, and this is Eren Yeager on his Titan form. We have not seen a figure of Titans yet. It's cool to see this. This is actually a mold kit that you have to assemble, and here's the box. Made by Koto. Koto is known for making very detailed kits, and this looks amazing. No, I think a heads up, this is probably the pre-painted one. It's shaded. There's a lot of promo pictures of this. But if you're gonna build it like this one, it's gonna be unpainted. So it's up to us to put the details on. This retails about 4,600 yen. I would say about $45. Probably 50 with shipping. So it's kind of hefty, expensive kit for this size, but it is very detailed. Alright, let's take a quick look inside before I assemble it. So inside we got a couple of runners. Get the flesh tone, torso, different joints, the different hands, more joints, and we actually got a pre-painted faces, which is really cool. Not sure if they probably have hinges on them. Well, actually that one doesn't look like it, but it's pre-painted for you. That's the only part. Otherwise, you gotta work on it. Here's the illustrated instructions. And kind of makes you wonder if they're gonna release one where it has the muscles exposed, or is it something that a person could just paint on this? Most likely, yeah. Someone will just paint it to have the muscles. Here we go. Oh, it even has that gimmick for the eyes. Interesting. That's cool. And to give you a little bit of paint guide. Yep. Alright. That's about it for the unboxing. Let me go ahead and build this and continue with the review. Alright, and after assembly you're gonna get something like this, but this one I've actually added some panel lines. Actually it's best to paint it. Kind of look like the promo images, but for someone got limited time, and actually I just want to try it out. Maybe it will work. I don't have to paint it, but most likely I still have to. Anyways, to get this effect, I use Gundam marker prototype. This is GM303, and this is the brown one. This is great for panel lining red kits or red Gundams or mobile suits. And likewise, I also use a toothpick. Now I'm using a toothpick since once you do a panel line, it's a straight line, and you kind of want to blur it out, kind of spread it out, and that's kind of what I did. Let's do a quick demonstration, since every time I touch this, the paint or the Gundam marker actually peels off. I need to put a clear coat on top of it. Alright, so here's a good demonstration. As you can see, I can just rub the Gundam marker off and it's gone. So what I did is I just kind of line out where it would be, and that's kind of messy. Just gonna get the idea, or maybe a little bit more here, just for demonstration's sake. Again, it's probably best to paint this, or after doing this, apply, or after you let it dry, a clear coat. Next part will be is using a toothpick, and basically what I'm doing is kind of scratching it and really just spreading the Gundam marker. Because you don't want those thick Gundam marker lines. So this is just kind of spreading it Likewise, we're going to do the same thing on the bottom here. Now in the promo pictures, they're using a brown color. This is more like a maroon. So it kind of stands out. But from afar, it's not too bad. But again, this is a quick option if you just want to quickly add some details on your Eren model kit. Now, I kind of rub it off real quick. Just kind of remove some more of it. And there you go. So again, from afar, it's not too bad. But up close, you see it. I do want to point out, if you are using this and you're adding panel lines on the fist, I had a problem where it actually just stained the fist. You may have to use rubbing alcohol to get it off, but just a heads up. I would, yeah, I'm not really sure what's the best way to panel line the fist. But maybe you could add a little bit and just be careful. But there's always an option to remove it. Anyways, moving on with the articulation, we have a cool looking head here. Its face, just amazing. Even the detail on the eyes. You get the green eyes there. Really cool. And the hair sculpt. Really great. Now, the complexion of the face is different since it's already pre-painted. And it's kind of like the guideline what you need to get into. So this need a lot of pre-shading and just to get that mold lines. Moving on, we have the neck here, which can, there's a joint there. It's actually a hinge and a ball joint. So you can look down, look up, and it's connected like that, like so. You can have him look up a little bit, but not so much, more like looking down. You can look side to side. You can pop off his head here. It's in a ball joint. And you can take this out. Actually, I think you can just slide his face off. There we go. And you'll see the kind of like what they have for Revoltech and Figma's, the movable eye joints. It's there. I'm not really a fan of that. I rather have a movable faceplate, since the problem with this one is the difficulty of moving the eyes and getting it centered. But it's a nice option, and we can get away without making more faceplate. It's actually not a bad idea. Let's put this back here. You do have an option of the other face, which is right here. This is the open mouth version. Actually, take a closer look. Yeah, this face is very menacing. You get the tongue sticking out. It's nicely painted too. And you can see from the underneath, it's actually like a really dark chocolate or brown. And that's the inside of the mouth. It's actually, I kind of like that color more than just black. And you get the hair sculpt all over. Likewise, you can move this out and you can change the eyes also. So that's a really nice gimmick again. Yep. So we can place this here. It's an interchangeable face. And it makes you wonder if you can actually, or if they ever make more of this, you can just interchange the faces. That's really cool. There we go. Yeah, I'm really looking forward if they ever make more. Definitely if they ever make Annie Lionheart, her Titan form looks amazing. All right, so let's go on with the rest of the body's articulation. All right, so we get the shoulder here. It's on a ball joint. I really like how you built this kit, especially this joint here. It's really nice. There is a bit of just that little plastic there. It's a circular part. It kind of acts like a sleeve. There is a little bit of a peg there, so it'll stay in place. There we go. You get a nice elbow bend. And the way the elbow, it kind of fits in the mold on the upper arm. Yep. You get the torso here. You get a little bit of a movement in the midsection, and then mostly here on the waist. I mean, you can pop it off. In some sense, yeah, if you have other titans, you can have them fight each other and have a dismemberment if you want to do that. On the back side, that too. A bit of movement. Then you get his waist and the legs. Very articulate. There's actually a separate piece there. I kind of forgot. I think it's a ball joint as well, connected to that. So fairly great range of movement, and you have that joint, kind of like in SH Figure Arts. That hinge waist. Then you have the knee. The knee is a good bend, although I find this part here sticking out, but I think it's just part of the molding when you have him standing up. It doesn't really bother me as much, since most of his dynamic pose would be focused on the upper part of his body, where he has the menacing face. Then you have the ankle. Again, it's jointed. Then you have the toes. You can have a wide stance. So really great articulation for this. And building this, it's like building an SH Figure Arts or a Figma. You're building the joints, putting it all together. It's a solid kit, and it's feel like as if you're getting a mold kit. It's really nice. I guess the only downside again is, as you can see, I'm already rubbing off all the gunner marker I put into it. Either I need to fuse it with a clear coat on top so it will stay, or eventually find a way to paint this. But it is bare. That's the only drawback. I think a lot of people will be kind of disappointed because the promo pictures, it's painted nicely with all the shading, but when you build it, it's like bare. But again, it gives you an option, a lot of option actually, because you can have them this flesh tone, or you can have paint it with muscles on it. That's actually a very, I want to see someone do that. That's gonna be hard, but doable. Anyways, I think that's it for the articulation. Let's go over the hands. Alright, for the hands, we already have the closed fist, and next up, we got some like more relaxed or karate chop. Now the interesting part of this, when you're building this, you actually get this molded hand. Then there's a separate wrist joint, the ball joint right there, and there's a little peg, a plastic peg that you put in the middle, and gives you that hinge. Now this reminds me of Figma's previous hand design. Now they've moved out of that, which I think right now is just, you don't see that anymore, and it's just a straight peg or a ball joint going into the hands. So they went with this approach, which is more solid, it's more stable, and it actually just makes interchanging of the hands quite easy, and I really like that design. Just pop it up. There we go. Karate chop. Anyways, so moving on to the other pairs of hands. Get him to stand up. A bit of balancing act here. There we go. The next one is reaching out. And there's a lot of variety of poses we can use this one, or if you want, you can just have him kind of reaching over a person or something, a weapon, or if you just pose in general. Just have him, ready to fight. Really cool pose. Anyways, moving on, we have more pair. This is the fourth one, and this is just for grabbing. Yep. Now the problem with this one, this one doesn't come with any accessories, and it's limited to the diameter or what it can grab. More than often, Yeah, it just depends on the diameter, and you might have a problem, finding the right one. Now, you can always use blue tack, and that will help grab something. But I do have something right here. This is, as I got this from Loot Crate. I think it's the saw sledgehammer. But the handle is big enough for him to hold it, or hold it securely. So we're just gonna, like so, swap out the hands again. Again, it's great that it's easy to do that. And once I got it in there, there we go. That's really cool. I was ready to wreck some titans with a chainsaw sledgehammer thing. Alright, I think that's about it for the pair of hands. I just want to show this shot here. It looks pretty cool. It is hard to balance this. I have this blue tack on his sole to have him stay in that pose, but that's really cool. And as always, you could always put this on a display base. There is a peg on his back. I'm not sure if I really mentioned that, but there we go. High kick. And here's another pose. I just really want to show how articulate this thing is. And of course, if you want to do that classic Iron Man pose. Yep, he does that too. And here's a view of him next to the Figma Eren. And as you can see, he's quite tall. If this is actually Terraformers, it's actually in scale with a Terraformer. But the Terraformer is still more muscular than him. Yeah.